Are you in the danger room?
Is that what the light carrier
You
on
in the
that
danger room? Come on now. It's like a dream. Everything moving fast, but you moving slow. Change the tempo, watch, we on time. Hey, now you know. Listen to the rhythm we giving them, we bringing it with passion.
Hello, and welcome to SMPCAST. If I'm not mistaken, this is the 4th episode. Am I correct, guys?
Yep.
This is the 4th episode of Season 2. And, well, we've lost another member.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Corey has fallen. He's going to take a little break, probably until Peggy comes back. But until Peggy and Corey come back, your SMP cast members from now on, unless something happens and we lose another or gain another, however it goes, is going to be me, and Skeezy, and Jerry.
Oh.
So, of course, today I'm joined by
Skeezy.
Jerry.
And today we are going to talk about music, which is a topic we covered last season, which was a few months ago, and was with Corey and Peggy. So I figured it would be, well enough, fine enough to revisit again, because, well, we have two new people, two new music opinions, and it's been a while, and my music, my view on music has changed a whole lot.
And I have an extremely wide range of music genre I listen to.
So we will probably go off a very similar, outline we did last time, because I've still got that saved on my phone here. We'll kind of go along the same route, just, of course it'll be vastly different. I already have. We'll just jump right into this. Let's start off with our favorite genres. Because that we'll go really, really broad, and then we'll fine tune it and get into real nitpicky stuff. So, BJ, what's your favorite genre of music?
Well, man.
Or genres? You give a list. Maybe your top three.
A good wide range. Wide range.
I mean, what genres do you listen to a lot? Would you say that you're a big fan of?
Alright. Genres I listen to a lot, obviously rap. So rap, and I make rap music. Specifically like newer rap, sometimes old rap in between. Just I go back and forth with that. Next would probably be like punk music. I used to be like an emo kid, so I always listened to punk. Like Blink-182, Green Day, all of that stuff. And probably like metal. Any kind of metal really. Don't really matter. Rock. AC/DC, hard rock.
Yeah. Classic rock, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Jerry? What are some of your favorite genres of music? What kind of music do you listen to?
I want to say, I like my personal favorite is classic rock, but I also like grunge music,
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. And I'm not really much of a new rap person. I prefer the OGs,
Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg,
Tupac,
Slim Shady,
Dr. Dre, and stuff like that. It just I like some metal, but not the heavy
Right.
metal. It pumps you up,
Right.
Not the all screamo, normal bands like Metallica and
yeah.
You like old school
stuff like
metal.
that. Yeah.
Well, some of my favorite genres, I love old country, like old outlaw country, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, just, all those, that'll probably never change. That's what I grew up with, so that's what I like. And I really like, the southern rock stuff like Skinner and just the people like that. And then a lot more lately than used to, kind of more of the rap or the hip hop, those
Yeah.
that genre of what's popular today, because I always hated on it. I never would listen to it because, in my eyes, that wasn't music. That was, anybody that had a computer and GarageBand could become famous. And
Yeah.
but more and more as it goes on, Post Malone was like my gateway drug into that. And Post Malone was so good, and then I started finding all these other people that were really good. And
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
for a long time, I was in like Jerry's shoes. I only listened to the old school rap. I was like, new rap's terrible. It's just auto-tune this and auto-tune that. Makes no sense. Like, literally, up until like 2 years ago, I was like that. Probably less than that. And I don't know, my friends listened to it, and I started listening to it. And I still can agree that rap nowadays, or not all of rap, but a majority, some of it, doesn't take as much talent as it used to. But at the end of the day, it's something you can bob your head to. It's something you can, pump up to and stuff like that. So I've gained a little more respect for it.
Well, see,
don't
like,
take it as serious as it's supposed to be taken.
Yeah, like Juice WRLD, really, he's got some really, really good beats, but without auto-tune, his voice, I love Juice WRLD, I love his music. It's just without auto-tune, he's kind of sounds like trash. Like,
Yeah, well, some rappers need auto-tune and they can pull it off,
Yeah, like Juice WRLD's music's really good. It's just,
And he can freestyle really good. Juice WRLD can freestyle really good.
Juice WRLD is really good at every part of making music except for the singing part. He doesn't have the best voice, but now he does. I really enjoy his music, and he's well within my top 10.
Yeah. Well, I've never been a huge fan. Like, I know this may sound very weird. Like, it's gonna sound so dumb, but every type of music I've listened to hasn't had a good singer. Like, punk vocalists are terrible. They're awful. But for some reason, that's the charm of the music. I don't know why.
Well, see that like the old country and the outlaw country, they had to be good singers.
Right.
That used to be what defined it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't like today's country. But
God,
continuing my genres, of course I like the old classic rock, and I can get into bluegrass every now and then. Bluegrass is pretty good, and then I'm not a big fan of metal, but whenever I do, I kind of go pretty heavy. I'm more of a German industrial metal fan, like Rammstein or
yeah.
Whenever I get into metal, I go heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But so we've all got pretty wide ranges of stuff we like. Jerry, and then your rap, and me with my bluegrass to German industrial metal. That's a pretty big gap. But let's start getting into like maybe favorite albums. Maybe what's some of your? We'll just keep the order we started out in. We'll go BJ, Jerry, me. What's your favorite? Like, give me a top 5 favorite albums, BJ.
I actually have a good idea for this. I'm gonna pick like my favorite album for each genre.
Okay.
That would be interesting. So if we're going old school rap, the Marshall Mathers LP1 was it's like what got me into rap. It's Eminem's second album back in 2000. It's just like extremely controversial. No, like boundaries at all. Just whatever you wanted to say, he said it, and I just, for some reason, pulled me into that. I liked that a lot. If we're talking like newer rap, this is a newer album too. It's Stokely by Ski Mask and Sun God. This album came out maybe less than a week ago. It reminds me of the old school rap with the crazy flow and wordplay and clever lines and keeping it original. I think it's a great album. For punk rock, probably any Blink-182 album.
Called it.
Dude, literally any of them, but if I had to choose a Blink-182 album, it would be the self-titled Blink-182. Such a good album, dude. It like every time I hear that album, I want to straighten my hair and like grow my emo hair back. Put on some taut jeans.
At me next
And,
time.
If we're talking about metal, gosh, it's gonna be hard. Probably Motorhead. I love Motorhead. Ace of Spades by Motorhead. Definitely. And I like indie too. I used to listen to a lot of indie, like modern baseball. But, I mean, I could go on hours about my favorite albums, but that's what sticks out to me the most right now.
Jerry, some of your favorite albums.
I don't, well, I like some of the AC/DCs, you know.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's obvious. Like,
I'm not really sure what kind of, like what album it's in, but like Who Made Who, you know.
it's not in High Voltage, is it? No.
No, that's
I'm not
High Voltage
sure.
had Bon Scott still.
Yeah, yeah. It's on it's not on Fly on the Wall. What?
Ain't it just
I
called, it's just called Who Made Who, I think. The album's called Who Made Who.
Is
I'm
it?
pretty sure.
It might be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like it. I know I got it here somewhere, but anyways.
It's got Hell's Bells on it.
Also
No, I
like
think it's-
the Pink Floyd like Dark Side of the Moon album. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
If you hear this clinking noise, I want to go ahead and say this because it's probably gonna be very annoying. I have this like cast metal puzzle of 3 pieces of a chain that you've got to like figure out how to take apart, and it's like got on my nerves for the past like 2 days because I can't figure it out. So that's what the clinking sound is.
um, I think really that might be my favorite too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be my only two. But like, when I'm coming home, like driving at night, like, if there's no one behind me being like a jerk, you know, bright lighting me, I like just play some Pink Floyd, just jam to it, and just chill, go about 40 miles per hour, you know, just drive one-handed, you know, and just have a good old time, you know. It's amazing, dude. It's dark, you know, has your bright lights on.
And Pink
It's
Floyd's
awesome.
trippy, dude. There's some of their songs are pretty, like, chilled out, like, trippy, like, acid music.
And like today, I came home and it said, "Hey, you know, watch out for ice. It's supposed to, you know, it's supposed to snow tonight, all that." Well, when I was coming home, I was listening to Us and Them. What else was it? Mother. And I had the windows halfway down, both on my side and the passenger side, you know, just jamming to it, you know, letting other people hear, but, you know, it's pretty chill. But, like, the reason I really like AC/DC, like, Who Made Who,
Dude, every song they have is so good, dude.
like, dude, you know, I don't really think,
My
maybe
7th
one
and
or
8th
two
grade year, I
songs-
worshipped AC/DC. Like,
maybe 1 or 2 songs I'm not really a big fan of, but I pretty much like all their songs. But like the one on top has to be Who Made Who. I don't know, just the beat, it just sounds
It
good.
is a very good song.
But that's all I have. What about you, Zach?
well, so my favorite of all time, I've still got to say, even though I haven't listened to it as much lately, is the Johnny Cash at San Quentin album. You know, it's a live recording at San Quentin, the prison, and it's got all of my favorite Johnny Cash songs on it, and then just the dialogue like before songs and in between songs is, I don't know. It's just you can listen to that album, and not a lot of live albums can actually make you feel like you're there, but you can actually feel like you're there. And I don't know. Johnny Cash is probably my favorite of all time still. Like
He's a legend.
altogether.
Yeah,
But like going off of what I listen to the most, like I'm actually going to like try to pull up here on my Apple Music what I listen to the most. But like, what's the Juice WRLD album that he released with Future? Is it World on Drugs or what is it?
Are you talking about Goodbye and Good Riddance?
No, I'm talking about the one that came out after that, the Future and Juice WRLD album. Is it literally? It's World on Drugs, yeah. That's a really good album. The Carter 5 is a really, really good album.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, what else have I been listening to a lot? I listen to a lot of X, but I don't really listen to one specific album a lot. I just I got a playlist with all his music that's on Apple Music on it, and I just let it go.
Yeah.
It's so good. What else do I listen to a lot recently? Of course,
How
Post
do you
Malone.
find your recently?
I don't know. That's what I'm looking for too.
I don't think you can.
I've seen it before. But of course, I'm this big Post Malone fanboy, so I always listen to Post Malone. Right now, in my heavy rotation, is The Good and Bad by Skeezy,
Oh heck yeah, dude! Shout out.
Kendrick Lamar, Humble, Childish Gambino, Bonfire. This Red Dead 2 playlist I made with like a bunch of Johnny Cash and Marty Robbins and stuff like that on it. Mumford & Sons Delta, Future and Juice WRLD, and then the American 5, 100 Highways Johnny Cash album. So apparently that's what I've listened to the most recently, even though I have listened to Stoney and BB&B a lot. Favorite albums though, like, of course, Back in Black. What did I have written or wrote down on the list for the first time? BB&B, Stoney, Sign No More, Mumford & Sons. Yeah, that one's really high up on my list.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say you ain't mentioned Mumford & Sons yet.
Yeah. God, yeah, I did mention them a second ago. They're in my heavy rotation, the new Delta album, which is really good.
Yeah.
And if you like Mumford & Sons and you don't know, they do have a new album, because it wasn't as hyped as their albums used to be, because I guess people quit listening to them as much, unfortunately. But yeah, so I guess the next category that I have here is favorite artists, but I feel like we kind of already touched on that with talking about the albums. I feel like if we went over favorite artists.
Well, like a lot of the people that are my favorite artists, I didn't touch on my favorite albums
Okay,
for some reason.
we'll go ahead. We'll do it. Favorite artist.
My favorite like artist, it's got to be X, dude. 'Cause,
Yeah, he's
like,
on my list here too.
Not to be that guy, but like I'm not even joking. I was listening to X way before he died, dude. Like I listened to X when he first went to jail in 2016, and not many people was listening to him. And it was when he first came out with the song "Look at Me." I'm sure you've heard that song.
Yeah. See, I didn't listen to him before he died, like, cause I heard his name like several times before he died, of like people listening to him and stuff, and I kind of wanted to listen to him, but I never did. And then he died, and I really wanted to listen to his music, but I didn't want to be that bandwagon. I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon and just because he
that
died.
sucks, dude. It really sucks because I'm a fan of like yelling and screamo stuff like that. Sadly, and I was like, it was something I'd never heard before, like a rapper screaming on a song. I was like, what is this? And I just kept listening to him, and I was like, oh, he doesn't just do that. He also does like a bunch of things, like slow like songs and R&B, and he's very diverse. And I became a fan like that day. I was like, yo, this guy's really good. And he was 18, I believe, at the time, and I just kept waiting until he got out of jail. And I remember when he got out of jail, and I remember when he first made like the music video for "Look at Me," And like it was crazy because when he died, it was like, bro, like it really freaked me out, really messed me up. So he's definitely, I'll always remember like his music and stuff. Um, my favorite band, I've probably said this a billion times. I'm not even gonna say it. Yeah.
Blink
Blink-182.
182. Yeah. Yeah. So my
Like, I don't
favorite.
even listen to him now, but I listened to him non-stop for like 2 years, and that's all I listened to. Like from the age of 13 to like 15, that's all I listened to. I don't listen to him now much because I burned out on him, but I still have to put him up there because I was a major fan. And yeah, I love AC/DC. They got me into music in general, really, when I was a kid. I like
Big
Bob
Brother
Seger.
Dad.
Yeah, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Yeah, dude. I think Bob Seger's the most underrated artist. To me, he's a legend, dude. Like he's up there. Like I love Bob Seger. A band called The Cure. I don't know if any one of you've heard of them. It came out back in like the 70s. They're really good.
I probably
Like I said,
have.
I could go on for hours, but those people stand out.
Yeah, see, like my favorite artist list, what I had down for the first podcast was Johnny Cash, CCR, Post Malone, Mumford & Sons, AC/DC, Skinner, and X.
No.
You know, that's still pretty accurate, but now, you know, I can add people like Juice WRLD, which I didn't know about at the time
Yeah.
of the last podcast, and then I didn't listen to Lil Wayne any at all whenever we did the last podcast, and his
I'm gonna
stuff's
go ahead
really
and
good.
add in Trippie Redd for mine.
Yeah,
Trippie
Trippie
Redd's
Redd.
my favorite.
And then, you know, a lot of people don't like him, but I think his music's pretty good. Some of it I don't
6ix9ine,
like.
you're
Yes,
talking about
Tekashi.
6ix9ine?
Yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's got some pretty good songs. He's going to jail though, so.
Yeah, rest in peace. I was kind of influenced with 6ix9ine a little bit with like the yelling and stuff.
Yeah, we know. Listen at him. Jerry, what about you? What's some of your favorite artists? Vincent Van Gogh.
AC/DC.
Hey Corey. Hey Peggy. Hey Mikey. Hey Ricky.
Hey everybody. Gosh, there's a lot. I got a lot of like similar people like you. I like
Probably a few less rappers for you though.
yeah. Johnny Cash, Post Malone.
Which I never in a million years would dream of hearing you say you like Post Malone.
Well, I mean, like
Your girlfriend loves him, bro.
when yeah, I got her into listening to him. Like at first, she really didn't like his music.
She posts him on
and I
Instagram
played
every
guitar.
day.
And then
She posts him on Instagram more than you, Jerry.
Yeah, he's on her Instagram more than you're on her Instagram. Post Malone's gonna steal your woman. What, can I meet him before you fight him? Like,
Dude, if I met Post Malone, I'd probably just chill with him. Like,
he seems like a really chill guy.
If he killed, like, say that he like killed Mama or something, I'd still be chill with him. I'd
Oh
probably
my
starve
God.
to death. I'm just joking. But
If he killed Mama, I'd still chill with him.
I don't know. I like a lot of like classic rock artists and all that junk. But I can't think of their names right now. Dude.
This
Like,
puzzle's getting on my nerves.
I can tell, I can hear it in the background.
Usually I can always, you know, just.
Well, Nirvana. I'm sure you got Nirvana, Jerry.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's grunge. Kurt Cobain, dude, pain. But So I don't really know. Just
I got mad.
also, if you hear me doing this, like, or I got a little pellet gun. To act serious, always aim it at my mirror and just stare at the barrel. You know, I don't know. But next
All right,
question, I
but
guess.
yeah. So
Okay, we've learned that Jerry really likes classic rock.
so
Yeah.
the next category we had here was favorite songs, and
Oh, I can't
I'm
pick
just
that, dude.
I want
I can't
you
pick that.
to listen to how
Crazy.
much Post Malone was in this list. This is the list from the first podcast. I Walk the Line, San Quentin, Layla, Better Now, Changes, The Cave, Rich and Sad, Feeling Whitney, Go Flex, White Iverson. Over half of those were Post Malone songs.
You should have just named everything in his freaking
Yeah, pretty
discography.
much. But like now, music with me is like this vicious cycle of me listening to a song, then listening to it too much, and then like occasionally I'll listen to it. Like right now, what
I
I'm
can't
kind of
pick
stuck
members.
on is Tekashi 69, the Billy,
Oh, wow,
Falling
I'm
Down,
surprised.
Bonfire from Childish Gambino, even though it's a really old song. Kendrick Lamar, Humble for whatever reason.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are all pretty heavy rotation right now. Black and White, Fine China, Sunflower.
Yeah,
Those are all
yeah.
real heavy rotation right now for me.
Mine would have to be a band that this girl got me into called Rex Orange County. I really check them out if you ain't heard of them. They got this song called Television. It's really good. It's like indie top music. And for some reason, dude, Susie Q by CCR.
It's a good song.
I used to listen to it when I was a little kid, but like I don't know. It's like I like it a lot now.
So it's all of CCR's music's good. Like I like
Yeah,
it.
dude.
I don't think they've got a song I don't like. And I'm pretty
So-
sure I know all the words to every one of their songs.
And this very good song that Zach got me into. It's a very sad song actually. It's called Nasty Ho by Muck Siggy. It's a real sad. I want it played at my funeral.
You nasty hoe. Tote, tote. Puff, puff, pass. Cut my grass.
My grass, bitch.
Lick my.
So good, dude. It's so freaking good. Have you seen the guy that does it?
Yeah.
He looks like he'd be friends with one of us.
What about you, Jerry? What's some of your favorite songs?
Well, you know one already, so I'm not gonna mention it since
I know it's gotta be
Who made who? Like, so the first one Peggy constantly talked about, like Panic at the Disco.
Panic at the Disco.
Jerry
That
is
was
literally
Zach.
like exclusively talking about who made who.
Classic rock.
I
sir.
mean, if I have to pick from like a different groups, ZZ Top.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! I forgot about ZZ Top.
I like the song Legs. Have you
Oh,
heard of
dude, yes.
it? Yeah.
She's got legs.
I prefer the remastered version. I don't know, just the rest
With
of
the keyboard, yeah.
It just don't sound that good, but like just the remastered.
Facts.
Yeah, that's the only one. But also like
It's got the synthesizer in it. All of that.
like Hank the Third.
We're nearing the 30-minute mark.
Wow,
System
dude.
Brown, and
Who made who?
shoot, where is it, dude? It's a Hank. Hold on. It's Hank the Third.
Well, so while you're finding that, we'll continue on a little bit. In the first podcast about music, the next question was favorite covers, but I think that requires a little bit more planning and a little bit more looking into it because not.
I don't even know.
Which I think
Probably Rusty Cage.
mine are still the same as they were.
Probably Rusty Cage by Johnny Cash is probably my favorite cover of all time.
Yeah. So now while Jerry's figuring that out, we'll go on to what you think will be album of the year. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh God, dude, I know.
The song it's called D. Ray White.
D. Ray White.
Now, like, I don't know if y'all probably do, like, since only a few people only watch this, and it's usually family and people from Kentucky, but
Just White.
It's from the White family over in West Virginia.
I knew that was coming. Like, I knew. Like, you haven't mentioned them in forever, but I just, as soon as you said your family, I knew. I knew it. You ever listen to Rebel Radio and GTA 5, BJ?
Yeah.
You know the announcer, the guy that talks like this?
Yeah.
Well, his name's Jesco White. He's from West Virginia. He tried to kill his wife at least 8 times.
But another song like I used to listen to when the days when I used to go up in the mountains and ride was Country Heroes. I used to play it on like loop on the big old like stereos I used to have on the 4-wheeler, and just go up in the mountains and jam that song. But I like this one, like, I don't know if y'all probably have, like, it's called Fun. That's the band,
Oh yeah, Fun. Yeah.
They haven't really released that much songs, but I like We Are Young.
Oh yeah, tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Oh,
I feel so weird doing this without like Corey or Peggy.
Yeah,
Facts.
But I've already mentioned I like Pink Floyd and all that. But anyways, another cruising song that I love to like listen to, like it could be during the day, it could be during the night, it could be any day. There's this TV show that I used to love to watch when I was real young. Like every time I got sick, it'd be on TV. Like it was everywhere. But now, I went to Goodwill recently and I found 3 copies of it. It was season 1, season 4, and season 5. Well, my dad bought season 2, 3, and 6, part 1 and part 2. But anyways, it's called Woke Up This Morning by I forgot the guy's name, but it's the theme song to The Sopranos, and it like just watching the thing, like the starting of it, it's so cool, dude, and you can tell it was made in the early 2000s, just because like everything was like you saw old stores, you saw people, it was awesome, and the TV show's about like the mafia and all that, but CD. So after I watch them, if y'all haven't watched it, I'll let y'all borrow them. But dude, like,
I never watched it.
If you like Scarface and like The Godfather and stuff like that, which is really really good, mafia movies, you'll probably like The Sopranos. The Sopranos.
I'd have to check that out.
I think we're getting off topic here a little bit.
Yeah, we're talking about Jerry's childhood show that makes him cry.
That's another topic for another episode.
The Sopranos.
But like, I just didn't want to like bored y'all about me saying, oh yeah, who made who and all that. But anyways, go on with that. Let you go.
Okay, so what do you all think? Which I don't know how much of an opinion Jerry has about this. He might. I don't know. What do you all think will get album of the year?
Okay, so is this like what I think will get it or what I think should get it?
What you
both?
We'll just say both.
What I think will get it is Question Mark by X. Because one, it was
Did it come out this year?
Yeah. Yeah, it came out early this year, surprisingly. I'm pretty sure. If
I'll
it didn't,
double
listen,
check. It'll take me just a second.
I'm gonna
Yeah, it
check
did
it
come
real
out this year.
fast. Okay, yeah, which is crazy. Like, it feels like it came out last year, but it was early this year. Um, it's a good album. It's very versatile and it's good. It doesn't need album of the year. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was huge when it came out, and him Don made it, a lot larger of an album, a lot more listeners. So I think they'll probably get album of the year. If it don't, I'll be surprised. What I think should get album of the year is either a Love Letter to You Part 3 by Trippie Redd or
The
Stokely.
Good and Bad by Skeezy.
Oh yeah, I did. I forgot to mention that.
What about you, Jerry?
Maybe Lil Peep though, 'cause he died.
What's the nominees?
Well, I'm not saying the nominees. Just who do you, personally, what do you think?
Who would win?
Who do you think deserves album of the year? What do you think should get it?
Excuse me.
Most of them are dead. What I'm about to say, but I don't know, dude. Like,
In order for something to qualify for album of the year, it has to come out this year, like in the past
this
year.
year?
Yeah. No, you can't say like AC/DC Back in Black. It had to come out this year.
Well, I know that. That's why I said most of them are dead. But sadly,
X, P,
no offense,
Mac.
BJ, but I don't know. Would Post Malone be one? I don't know.
I really do think BB&B deserves it and should get it, but I don't think it will. I think it came out too early in the year because if I think all this stuff is decided like February something. I think if BB&B came out like a week ago, it would stand a really good chance. But I think where it's such it's it's an old album now because it's almost a year old. Probably more like 8 months. I just think that people have, not that they've forgotten about it, but it's still not. There's more people that are
barely
obsessed.
Talked about at this point.
Well, here's the thing though, like BB&B has broken so many records. Like Better Now
Did it really?
beat out Michael Jackson's Thriller for staying in the top charts the longest. Because
that's crazy, dude.
Better Now has been in the top 50 since it came out.
Like,
That's insane.
That's a really good song.
And you know that it's a good album whenever less than 24 hours after it comes out, you go look at the top charts. I think there's 24 songs on that album. The top 24 slots were all Yellow and Black for BB&B. Like, it's a really good album. I think it's the only album to do that this year for every single song to take
Except
up
for
every single
X.
slot. I know his album, there was stuff in between. I'm talking about within the first 24 hours. Now, I think not too long ago I looked at it. I think he might have all the top slots. But Post Malone's, it came out at 12 o'clock that morning. The top 24 slots were BB&B.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that really says something. I really like Post Malone. I'm this big Post Malone fanboy. And I don't know. As much as I would like to be, a fanboy of X, I still don't really like Skins that much. I like half of the songs. That's about it. What, Jerry?
So what album is Sunflower in?
It's a single.
Okay. Because I know it came out here,
Not too long ago.
Probably a month ago.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I don't know.
That's a good song.
I didn't know it. I wish I had more.
I need to listen to more Sway Lee.
Oh yeah. Really? He's a very good what's the word for it? I don't know the word for it. It's
Vocal range?
Vocal range? No, it's like tune or he come up with like good melodies. That's the word.
Yeah.
He just has
Yeah.
all of his songs have like very original melodies in them.
So we're nearing 40 minutes. My next one is album of forever. You know, I don't think that's a real topic, but that was something we came up with to talk about the last one.
I don't
And
even know if I can
for
do
me,
that.
it still hasn't changed. I still think Johnny Cash at San Quentin. No,
Dude, I
in
don't
the
think I can
first
pick.
one, I said AC/DC Back in Black. It's between those two. I like Johnny Cash a little better, though.
I can't pick. I'm not even joking. I don't think I can pick.
But BB&B is it's right up there.
I listen to so much music, and I have so much favorite albums that it would like kill
Same.
me to pick one.
Same, because I can't decide between those three right now.
Probably
you, Jerry?
Blink-182, Blink-182, honestly.
I knew you was gonna say that. Like literally, you're Peggy re-embodied. Like
That's a good.
you're more emo Peggy.
I know. That's sad.
My brother had a dirt bike game on the PlayStation 2,
Off topic, Jerry.
and that song.
What's up,
like,
my home?
Oh,
hold on. Like that's how I got into like that type of like grunge. Like it was just weird because I remember just jumping like big old mountains, just listening to like
do
Green
you
Day
have the
Live
time to listen?
yes, Green Day and all that. Like
That's punk.
I can't like. I look on YouTube and I can't find it. Like I'll type in PlayStation 2 dirt bike game, you know, and I'll type a song like that was in it, and it just don't pop up. You know, I don't know.
Okay, so Jerry, your favorite album of all time is a dirt bike game from the PlayStation 2.
Well, no, it just.
I don't get it.
I'm just saying, like you was talking about Blink, and that it just brought it back because.
Oh yeah, the
Blink
old
was
pop
in it,
punk.
you know.
Yeah. I feel like everybody's heard a Blink song.
If you ain't, you're too young. You should go. You know.
Jump
You
off
should
a
go
cliff.
Jump off your treehouse.
So, the next two topics
Pablo.
that we had in the first music podcast was favorite old and new music, which I feel like we've all pretty much touched on.
Yeah.
Like, I've literally said Johnny Cash and Post Malone so much this podcast, I really don't know if I can say it again. Like,
You just said it.
shut up, Ski J. The next few things were like, what would we like to see change in today's music industry?
What would I like to change? Nothing really. I would like pop punk to make a comeback.
I'd like rock and roll to make a
More-
comeback. And I
Yeah,
would
rock
like
and
Post
roll- have
Malone
you
to
heard of
lead
the band?
that.
Have you heard Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah.
I think they're really good. I think they're bringing back the old school rock sound.
Yeah, I think Post Malone could do it really well, because, like, you know, the
I
grungy
don't
songs
think
like Nirvana, that Nirvana cover he did of
He-
All
he has-
Apologies.
He has potential. I just don't think he'll actually do that because
That's what
knows rap is the
that's what he
biggest
wants to do, though. He doesn't want to do rap. He's
I know he
openly
says
said.
that, but I know he probably don't want to, but is he going to? Is that going to give him the
His
bigger
end
paycheck?
goal is to become not necessarily not a like new country singer, but he wants to be like an old country singer, like.
Folk. He'd be a good folk artist.
He would, or I want him to lead the like rock and roll renaissance. Like,
That'd be cool to bring that back.
Who's your favorite female artist?
oh, hang on,
I got one. I got one. Can I go?
yeah,
That sounds so bad.
My favorite female. I think it has to go to the dishwasher.
God,
Oh my
I'm
god.
just- I don't know, man.
The dishwasher.
I probably listen
think-
to like Cardi B more than I should.
Oh yeah,
We
she's
sound
nice.
so sexist, bro. So we talk like an hour long podcast about music. Who's your favorite artist? Oh god. I think Zach knows who mine is.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Every time I think about her now, I think about that poster in your room, and now I think about Bill falling back on your bed while I kissing at him.
Me too.
Oh.
God.
Oh. Well, see, like
Never
one of
was. Never mind.
the one of the things I'd like to see change in today's music is definitely like more talent, maybe like.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of these people get famous that don't necessarily deserve it. Like, some of them are really good, but I don't know, I still feel that way. And I can't give you too many examples, and that's not really a good way to be. But I just don't think some of the people that get famous today in the music industry deserve it, really. Like,
Yeah.
but definitely, Post Malone, he's got a lot of good music. But one thing I don't like about some of his music is he gets a little too far out of reach sometimes. Like,
He uses auto-tune a lot.
he don't need it though. Not as much as some other people do.
But like I said, auto-tune isn't bad if you can pull it off.
Now, see, Post Malone is a really, really like talented guy. He's really good at guitar. I think he's got a really good voice. And here I am fanboying over Post Malone again, and I keep trying not to, but he's literally my favorite. Like,
You should just name this episode how much you love Post Malone.
yeah, like I'm
How
trying
much I
not
love
to be like
Blink-182.
this, but that's how I
How
am.
much Jerry likes
Who made who?
old shows about
One thing I also love,
and motorcycle games from
Is,
PlayStation 2.
like 1980s music. That's really good. But like if y'all really want to, like if y'all have Netflix, go watch Scarface, dude. I'm telling you, it's.
I've watched Scarface. I love Scarface.
Okay. I think
Say hello to my
sounds
little
funny.
friend.
Like, I remember Dad had it recorded on TV one time.
Well,
and-
Jerry, we're getting off topic here. This is
I'm
this is
sorry.
about music. But just
My
sometimes
dad had it
though,
recorded on the TV.
I do think that like Post Malone gets too far to reach. Like a lot of his music, you can relate with, but then sometimes I think he just talks about like money and these fancy expensive things too much, and you can't really relate with that. Like the average person can't. And sometimes that kind of will. I'm not gonna say ruin a song for me, but it kind of. I think it would be better without some of that stuff. And then definitely, today's country is garbage.
Today's country needs to be shoved into the trash can.
It's literally
forever.
about
It's absolutely
pickup
terrible.
truck, tailgates, drinking Bud Light.
Drinking beer and
the
being
woman.
rapey. Dude, every country artist
coon
nowadays sounds
dog.
like a rapist.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of today's country.
No one is, dude. I don't know which people that is.
WDHR. Pikeville. Well, we're almost at 50 minutes. So I think this is a good place to start to end it off. We've had some good
Yeah.
some good conversation here.
think,
Jerry
yeah,
got
right,
off
right.
topic a couple times. Well, Sopranos and Scarface. We
And
might
motorcycle games.
the next episode might be about TV shows. I could do something like that.
And mo-
But you would just hear me fanboy over Hell on
But
Wheels
Post
in the
Malone.
Office.
and Post Malone.
Post Malone TV show.
Post Malone.
Your voice has cracked more than mine this episode. You have no room to talk.
The Office is a really good show too.
It is really
Oh,
good. I want to take a moment to like appreciate the Office theme song and the Hell on Wheels theme song. Like they're both really good.
We're just talking about Sokotoa.
SOKOTOA is the like autistic grunge. I was thinking grunge music where we've been talking about like music, but it's this really
Grungy.
awkward, cringy, retarded
Hillbilly show.
hillbilly show that me and Bill and Billy and yeah,
You've never
that
called me Billy, dude.
I will start calling you Billy like regularly.
That's my name, but it's kind of weird.
That we
Billy Parsons.
like at first we were just like recording stupid stuff and like gonna make this like little mini skits of us just doing dumb stuff, and it ended up getting some form of plot to it somehow.
So
Don't-
now it's like on Netflix, and we're getting an Emmy for it.
Yeah, like we're nominated
Yep.
in like 18 different categories for like best film, best short film, best blockbuster
The
movie, best box
Best
office
romantic
hit.
scene.
Yeah, best romantic scene, best fight scene, best
Yeah.
acting. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and outro this. Any suggestions for future episodes or anything you want to say, drop in the comments below. Anything you'd like to hear us talk about, comments. Subscribe to our YouTube channels.
Yep.
I think we've all said them before, so you should know. 22nd Doctor, SMP, Jabber Gaming, SMP, and Skeezy Vivo. Skeezy Vivo is where you're going to find all of his music. Like the Facebook page, because my Facebook page is normally where like the first people to find out about the podcast are, because I always post when they're uploading and stuff. I think that's about it.
It's been a pretty good episode, I think.
Yeah, we took a like probably about a week break there. But I think that we can upload a little bit more consistently now, because not necessarily because Corey's gone, it's just where Corey was always worried his parents or someone would come in and interrupt him, we always had to wait till like right after school or really late at night. So I think we might be able to record episodes more frequently now and get them out, on time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's it for this one. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.